to yet another episode of Karak Si, Karak Chai with Karak Bata, where sweetness is not just in the tongue but also in the work, and where trend setting meets tradition. Today in our episode, we have two beautiful guests who are empowered through friendship and empowerment. Meet Sakina, a rida designer and a trendsetter. She's known for her workwear ridas and stylish denim ridas. To her next, we have Khadija. She's a self-taught baker and a cake artist. She is amazing and her spirit is as sweet as her treats. Guys, now I want you both to describe each other. Khadija, describe Sakina.
Well, Sakina is a very friendly person. She is extremely kind, and her nature is such that other people who doesn't know her, they feel that she is reserved and she has an attitude or something like that. But the ones who stay with her, like me, I've stayed the longest with her, and she is very sweet, very honest in her opinions that she gives, in her advices, and very kind and a good friend.
Wow, you're lucky to have her.
Yeah.
What about Sakina? Describe Khadija.
Well, Khadija is, first of all, she's my best friend. She's very kind, very honest, I should say. Whenever I feel that I want to ask her something, I know I'll get the correct answer, because she'll not just take me around the bush. She'll tell me honestly whatever it is, If she's not like anything, she'll tell me. She's very lively. If she's around, like those vibes are there, And yeah,
like, what we feel that positive vibes when we are with each other, and there's a lot of transparency between us.
Mashallah guys, yeah, touch wood for your friendship that you guys share. So, I have been chasing you guys since a very long time to come for the podcast. Alhamdulillah, finally you guys made it. Khadija, you are born and brought up in Dubai, and Sakina, you are born and brought up in Kenya. So, tell me about your childhood memories.
well, most of my childhood I've spent in Nairobi. I was there in MSB Nairobi, and I would say my childhood was quite similar to hers, like in India, Pakistan. The only thing, that we are used to with those house helps around us there, and big houses and all that.
Yes.
And at that time we didn't have any gadgets, so we used to go outdoor to play with friends, and more.
There were more of indoor games
and outdoor games as well.
Games
Yeah.
as well.
Sports and all.
True.
Sports,
So
yeah,
even I
sports.
remember, playing outside all day long.
Yeah, same with me. Like, my childhood, like half of my childhood was here in Dubai, and then we shifted to India for further studies. And in India, it used to be just like that. In fact, over here, I wouldn't be playing outside here in Dubai, because in Dubai we don't have place to play out.
Yeah.
So we used to be like spending more time at my grandmother's place and my uncle's place, and we all lived around nearby. So we were so
And
many
that bond
cousins.
which we
Yeah.
had with cousins. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Those cousins
Exactly.
bond,
Yeah.
so my bond with some of my cousins is like really strong, because we grew up together. And
Lovely.
then when we went to India, over there it was like in the evening, when I come back from school in the afternoon, I'm gone down to play, and then I am seen, aftermath.
So have you been to Sakina's homeland?
Yeah, we've been quite a number of times, and in fact, about my son, he got stranded in Nairobi during
Okay.
COVID, and he was with me. He was with
yes.
Sakina
Oh,
for
wow.
4 long
Yeah.
months, and her place is like really beautiful. She lives on a hill station called Neri.
Wow.
It is 4 hours from Nairobi. 4 to 5 hours drive.
2.5 to 3 hours.
Yeah, from Nairobi, and
Okay.
it is like heaven. The weather over there, the scenery, the nature, it's superb.
Oh my God, I would love
It's just
to
like
go.
a
Welcome.
holiday place,
Really?
and they are lucky that they are living there, like their
Mashallah.
home.
Guys, talking about your decades-old friendship, can you tell me how you guys met and how your friendship evolved throughout the years?
See, I used to be a henna designer many years back, and Sakina used to be my customer, my regular customer.
I would love cooking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we met when she came over to put henna from me, and we both were into the same profession. We both were foundation state teachers.
Oh wow.
Yes, so we had a lot of things to talk, because we're sharing the same profession, right? So we spoke a lot during that time when she used to come to put henna.
So when she got married and then she had to stay, so it ended up that we stayed in the same building. I think you were also there.
Yes.
And we used to meet very often, because our firstborns are of almost the same age. We used to go down that was our first mother role, you know.
Yeah.
And
And we had a very
motherhood.
nice play area down
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
huge
exactly.
play area. We used to
Yeah.
And we had many things in similar, like it was, we had the first child together, and we both were staying alone. So, and we didn't have many friends around us. So, we used to be good friends of each other.
Yeah.
And our children have been friends since then. From childhood till now. Now they're going to be like
we used to make
14,
a point that
and
we meet down at least for 1 hour or so. The children are playing, we are talking, you know. We sometimes talk about recipes, what she cooked, what I cooked, what the
Lovely.
yeah, what the children are doing.
So
what
it
new they
was
eat.
about
Yeah.
that newly marriage, new mothers,
Motherhood,
and that's what was common between us.
Which
Our
made you
profession
both closer
was
to each other.
and then we grew closer to each other.
Despite their different backgrounds, mashallah, they found a common bond in their love for friendship and entrepreneurship. May Allah bless your friendship forever. So guys, now I want to know about your professions. Let's start with Sakina. Sakina, you started your career as an MSB teacher in Dubai, right? And this is where I met you first. You were my daughter's teacher in FS1.
Exactly.
So now they know you as a denim rida designer, a trendsetter. So tell me, कैसे start हुआ? अचानक teacher से आप rida designer कैसे बने? We want to know your journey.
Yeah, well, by profession, my qualification is a FS foundation state teacher, but designing ridas is my passion, you know. That's my hobby. I love doing that since my teens, you know. I used to make ridas, I used to design ridas for myself, and I used to get a lot of compliments from my friends, family, and that kept me going, you know, till I moved to Dubai. And yeah, I was a teacher at that time, but wearing rida was like the first thing, you know, like everybody would love to wear beautiful ridas.
Of course.
Playing around with fabrics, I started hunting for new fabrics, especially a place like Dubai. You find so much, you know.
100%.
I mean, the list is endless, and the textiles are so much. And that's how I started. In the beginning, I used to resell ridas. I used to get some good designer ridas from Mumbai and resell them. And actually, that was the time where I built a good clientele. And then after that, I had the passion to design myself. I used to get good stuff here in Dubai also.
Yes.
And then it happened that I started doing panel work. We started stitching ridas also. And that kept on going and going.
Yeah,
Till
and
today.
then denim and then workwear,
Yeah.
and now you are known for
Getting
those
new
ridas.
I love getting new fabrics and designing on them. And
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So you provide stitching as well.
Yes.
So if somebody comes up with material, do you design for them?
Of
Do you
course.
have everything available?
Absolutely. We have a whole lot of laces, panels, everything. If you get your fabric, I can design it for you according to
Excellent.
your budget, according to your color combinations.
And I must add, according to your time, if you come the last minute also, her service is so good that she'll go out of her way to even cope up with the last minute orders, especially in the month of Ramadan and other events also, when people just come at the last minute and they have a whole lot of things to stitch and design. So she's always there and she doesn't deny.
So that's your time now. So you are a self-taught baker. I remember you also used to sell jewelry, and this is I still have your number saved as Khadija Jewelry in my phone. So from mehendi to jewelry, and now mashallah.
Teaching.
Oh yes, teaching, and now mashallah you are, you are the queen with the crown when it comes to baking. So tell us about your story, and we want to know everything. How you started?
Well, baking is something which I've never done in my entire life. Till the day I...
No. So by
Yeah.
seeing your work, nobody can say that you have
I had
done
never
this.
baked a single cupcake also till the day I actually started baking and I reached till here. Means
Mashallah.
I must say that like 10 years back when I started baking, that was my first time ever since that I had baked. And this talent, I think, see, I'm a teacher, yeah. So the creativity of a teacher, that I'm bringing in my cakes. And I am a mother of twins. When I gave birth to twins, that time I always had one baby in my lap, and I used to be sitting for long hours. So during those long hours, I used to watch YouTube. I don't know from where a cake video must have come up, and I started watching cake videos. And I watched so many cake videos, since my babies were born, and till they turned like 1 year, I was watching cake videos like every single day. Until one day I actually stepped in the kitchen to make something that I had watched. And when I made it, it turned out like so good. In fact, I made something, a no-bake Malteser cake.
Okay.
So that was like, the ingredients were so nice and rich that it turned out so good. So I received all these compliments and praises, and that made me feel so wonderful. Like, oh wow, I can bake, I bake something. And that's when I started baking. I used to make every single day, I used to make one thing to keep myself a little away from my daily chores, my those busy days with my babies that I have. So baking at that point, it was a stress buster for me, and then slowly it started turning into profession.
So what was or when did you get your first order?
For a very long time, I kept baking small things like cupcakes and cookies and all for my children. And then by the word of mouth, I started receiving orders, just from close friends and my close family. And that's how I think by the word of mouth, it just started growing. And then later on, I took a few advanced cake decorating classes,
Okay.
just to upgrade my skills. And that's how, it turned into profession.
Both of you guys have small kids, and Khadija, you were just blessed with 2 twins. तो support कहाँ से आया कि इतना दूर तक चले आए?
Well, the biggest support is my husband. He's always been in the thick and thin, and obviously, when now at that time, in those initial stage of my profession, that time I wasn't so busy. That time I used to do a little bit of baking and taking care of my kids. But then later, when my business grew, and then my husband was always there, and my friend, she's always there, like
As a taster?
yeah, she's my legal taster. Because see, I'm a self-taught, so all my recipes and everything is done by me. I've got them, by all the trial and errors. I made her taste and taste and taste until she said that, okay, now this is perfect. And
Yeah, I give her the true, if it's not nice, I just tell her it's not nice. If it's good, obviously I'll tell her it's wonderful.
Till now, still say last few years, I used to be alone. I was the only one woman
So
army.
that was
yeah,
one
that was
man
just
show.
only me. Right from bringing the raw materials till delivering the cake to the client, it used to be done only by me alone.
Wow.
So behind the scenes, it used to be my family, friends, and my friend. So that's where we got the support.
What
from.
about you, Sakina?
Well, talking about support, there are many kinds of support. I would say financially support in my business. I need a lot of finance, So my husband has been there for me because I need a lot of capital. I want to order goods, The raw materials are quite costly, and if I'm bringing in bulk, so I need a lot of capital. So my husband has been there for me, and he advises me, he hunts for goods where I can bring in bulk and get a good price. All those things is done by him. But yeah, she has been a very good moral support for me because let's say, for example, denims. There was a trip where we went together, and when we saw denims, I was like, wow, I mean, let me try this fabric, So at that time, I just got to try, and then she was telling me that why not sell only denims? I was like, what are you saying, But see, today I'm famous for denims. I'm known, that if anybody would like to buy a denim rida, they know that okay.
Go to
they'll get
Sakina
one.
Murtaza.
Yeah.
So guys, how do you support and empower each other in your respective businesses? And tell me how important it is to support small businesses.
Okay, for example, in my case, I would love to, uplift those small businesses. I would love to support those small businesses. In fact, if you must have noticed during Women's Day, I did a shout out on my page for all small businesses, just to celebrate Women's Day. And I do support her business also. Whenever she comes up with anything new in her menu, she posts it, and I've already tried, so I have to give a good review about that product. So I put it on my page. It's not that just I'm putting on my page because it's hers, but I've already tried and tested it, and that's how I support.
So that's a genuine review.
Obviously, genuine
Yes.
review.
What
Yeah.
about you, Khadija?
Yeah, see, supporting small business, because see, I know from where I have grown. Once upon a time, my business also had been a small business. So likewise, how I have received support from others, and that helped me to grow. So that's what I understand, that supporting small business is very important. So I have a lot of small businesses that I know, from whom I take services. You know, I have other places to go to, but I just choose to get my things done, or my whatever you say, photography or designing, or my cake toppers or anything.
So guys, enough of formal talks. I have a game for you now. I have a set of questions which I'm going to ask, and you guys will decide who it is relevant for. So I have two cards for you, for each of you. Let's start. Who becomes angry and irritated easily? Okay. Who's the most gullible?
1 second, stop. गले वाला meaning से बताओ.
कि जल्दी कोई बात पा ही जाए.
अच्छा है ना?
The one who's conjuice. No one.
None.
Not
Yeah.
The one who spends a lot. Oh.
Spend more
lazy
than
boy.
we earn.
Good, great. The lazy boy.
Okay, yeah, sometimes, you know.
The serious one. Sakina.
Yeah, right.
Who will be found bunking classes in school and hanging out with friends? Okay. The collector of unique stuff. Okay.
I tend to lose all my unique stuff.
Who's the most sulky and competitive? Sakina. Okay. Who's the most organized one? Sakina.
Me also, but see, yeah, you have to understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to understand. I've got 4 of them to disorganize my organized.
She's got a good reason, valid reason.
Right. Who's better at keeping secrets?
Both of us, we do keep secrets.
Great. Who's better at giving advices?
Both of us. Obviously, she also gives me good advice.
Who's who's more likely to cry during a sad movie? Okay. And last but not the least, who's better at remembering birthdays? Good. Huh.
Yeah, she also remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes she forgets, but then she remembers. I remind her.
Guys, mashallah, you both make sure to spend your me time despite of so much going on in your respective lives, right? You guys also have a Instagram page, A Tale of Two Best Friends.
Yeah.
You guys have been to a lot of solo girls trip and we want to know about everything. How you guys started बच्चों को घर पे छोड़ के and going out for solo trips and कोई किस्से याद आ रहे हो तो please हमारे साथ share करो.
Well, see, we have been to many trips together. Means with family and children, we've been to many trips, staycations are like endless. Sometimes just me and she with our children, we go for weekends, you know, for staycations. But then solo trips, like just me and she alone, we have been to a number of places.
I would say that when you travel with somebody, you get to know that person very well, you know.
Correct.
So when we started traveling alone, that's the time the bond was
Became
more
stronger,
yeah.
you know, because we knew each other's likes, dislikes, and you know, it was like we never
And-
had a single argument. Also, the whole trip.
I
I know, and it's not like that our views are the same. It's not even like that. But we agree on each other's choices. Like sometimes even something, if she doesn't like it, because I say that let's go this way. I mean, let's take this route or that route. Let's go here, there, whatever. Even if she doesn't like it, but we agree to each other's choices.
So which was the first country that you guys went there alone?
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Yeah.
We chose a place which is good for our business also and for leisure also. So all the places that we have been is, you know, always we even see how good it's going to be
For
from the
our
business
business,
point
yeah.
of view also.
Yeah.
And then we decided to go to Hong Kong.
That was our first solo trip together.
Yeah. And
So tell me कोई किस्सा
Kissas are
Kitne
very
gadbad
many.
hai.
We have so many kissas, like we have
Yeah.
endless of kissas, you know.
And we always choose a country where English is not so much of spoken there, you know, and we have to make the Google translation to explain them where we want to go, and so many of gotalas, you know, we speak in English, the other person is speaking in that native language, but yeah, somehow we manage. And we explore everything ourselves, no tour guide.
And like, see, we both look like very confident and all, but from within we are like so scared because you are in a foreign country where you don't know the language, you don't know the place, and it's just two ladies alone. So it looks very good from out, but from inside we know that we are so scared, and we have so many things like, you know, to
So you were telling me कि यार this one time you were running on the train tracks.
yeah, just
That
a
was a
recent
recent one.
trip that we'd gone to Europe.
Okay.
And we were in Hungary where we could not read the language over there, and
Right.
everything displayed on the train stations were written in their language.
Okay.
And I don't know, somebody told us the train is on that platform and it's just about to depart. And like crazy, we both ran on the railway track. It was like something so weird and so dumb. But we ran on the railway track.
To
you know,
catch the other side
to
of the
catch the
train.
other side of
But
the
still
train.
we didn't make it.
And we did not make it because we reached there and we realized this is not the train. The train is again on that other track.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And finally we gave up.
We gave up. We just.
But यार यही सारे किस्से होते हैं ना जो
Yes.
we always like cherish forever.
And another trip, another thing I remember, we are returning from Hong Kong, and you know, we never travel light. We always have more than like 20 to 30 kgs excess.
Oh my god.
Blaming each other.
And
You
we are
are telling
blaming
my
each
kids,
other.
tell me you and
Yeah.
this.
And we both have the excess baggage. Okay, so nobody is able to help each other because she has her own 20, 30 excess and I have my own 20 and 30 excess. So how we carry those things like on, you know, in a backpack, in a trolley, and we have also worn double clothes and traveled once. You remember?
Yeah.
Coming
While
back from
coming
Hong
from
Kong.
Hong Kong, yeah.
It was so hot, but हम लोगों ने दो जैकेट पहने हुए थे because that jacket weighed like 10 kgs. So
Yeah.
we could not put it in
We
the
could not
bag.
put it in the
We
bag, so we
bought
wore
two
that.
jackets
Oh my God.
and we suffered that heat, but we had to reach back home. Recently, she came back from Mumbai and she did not have anything in her hand. She only had one little shoulder bag, and she had that anxiety that in her head. 2-3 times she's like, where's my bag?
Because always I have a hand carry with me. Then this time I was just there for a day. તમારું કાંઈ હતું જ નહીં લઈ જવાનું લાવવાનું નહીં. So I was like, you know, hands free.
Cool, I know.
પહેલી વાર in my entire life. Especially હમને ને સાથે તો she's
My God, we have always had times with this baggage thing. We have walked, you know, that Bangkok airport freaking, it is so long, and we walked with those two heavy jackets, that 25 kgs in that trolley bag.
એટલો મોટો.
Every single corner we have stuffed things.
Oh
and
my
we walked. Oh God, it was crazy.
So guys, talking about women empowerment, what are your thoughts about financial independence?
Financial independence for a woman
I mean,
is really
Your
important.
input is also there.
Yeah.
financial.
You know that, you know,
during a trip. I mean,
Correct.
yeah, because you know you've worked hard for it, you've earned that much. So might as well spend a little more. That's fine because you've earned that much. Yeah.
So there's no guilt.
There's no
Exactly.
guilt,
Yeah, and
exactly. And
pressurizing
there's not
one person,
pressurizing the
yeah.
other person. It means your husband.
Husband, yeah.
So financial important, I think it's very important for all the women. If you cannot do a big business, it's okay, but do something little and try to get some income out of your talents, or try to, you know, utilize your free time in a better way, so that you will feel good about it. No matter how much you earn, big or small, that doesn't matter. But that feeling that you are doing something, you know, you're earning something with your own talent. So that really gives a very nice feeling, you know, that makes you feel complete. Like, you know, you feel what?
Satisfying.
Satisfied.
Satisfied? No, yeah, not satisfied.
Of course, you feel satisfied कि मैं करूँ છું.
No. Satisfied?
Satisfied. Acha guys, tell me this your one quality that you like about each other and one quality that you tolerate about each other to an extent कि आप दोनों एक दूसरे से चिढ़ जाते हो.
Well, let me say first, she's got so many mood swings, okay? Like, she's unpredictable, okay? Sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, because she's stressed with the kids and everything. So sometimes she's moody. But yeah, I know how to change her mood. But I do admire her work, the intensity of her hard work. Okay, when she's tied up with a lot of work, you know, kids come from school, she's working, but the way she takes care of everything together is superb. She's a super mom. I
It
work
is
together.
very necessary, you know, that I have to take care of the kids also and my work. Now my work has reached to that stage where work is also important. Now it is no more just a passion. Now it is a proper business.
Right.
And my kids are also my first lifeline. So, you know, they also have to be taken care of plus the work. So I'm like juggling between both the things, and due to which I get a lot of mood swings, stressed like half of my life, and she tolerates that really well. I can just be myself in front of her. There is no acting, there is, you know, no what do you say?
But you know what? I would say that Instagram pe to we just see the reels and everything is well prepared and looking so
Exactly.
good.
But behind the
what
scenes
is behind the
It's
scenes
what she has
is
seen.
what
She's seen the raw clips of my
I
entire
can
life.
imagine
Yeah,
they are.
yeah, we
bachas
are
out
always there for
Must be
each
so
other.
difficult.
Yeah.
So now it's your turn. About Sakina.
Okay, what do I tolerate about
Yes.
her? I tolerate her stubbornness sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes she's like really stubborn. I mean, I want her to agree on something and she's like, no. And I'm like, you have to understand, you have to agree to this. That is one thing which I just dislike. And I like about her is her level of maturity.
Khadija, we also see on Instagram that you know the amount of baking that you are doing, the amount of orders that you get. Also, I remember this one time that you had distributed brownies. It was, I think, your daughter's birthday,
Yeah.
right? In Thali, and they were superb, by the way. And you said that you baked 600 kgs of brownies.
Yes.
And how did you do it? How do you manage
See, at
all
that
this?
time I had no staff. At that time when we baked those 600 kgs of brownie, I had a team of family and friends, and we were 10 of us who did the entire thing in 3 days. We made 4,200 boxes of brownies in 3 days, and that team was family and friends. But now I have a staff, and I organize them, like, you know, I pre-plan a lot of things. My orders are always coming in advance booking, so I always know what I have for the day to do. So I just write down the agendas and I give it to them, and then they know what has to be done.
So what about you, Sakina? Do you have any staff?
Yes,
Working
we
with
are
you?
a team of 4, myself and 3 others. But yeah, I also have to pre-plan and obviously give them daily work on daily basis, you know.
Okay.
So obviously during the month of Sharmila we are more busy, but I need the designing part and everything is done by me, and then I organize work for each of them. I mean, as I design, they do the machine work, the paneling work is done by my staff. My job now is only to design. That's
Wow.
it. Yeah.
So you know you must be so
Previously-
proud to reach that stage now,
Yes,
है ना?
yeah, exactly. Previously, there were some days where I used to sit on the machine myself.
Do you know stitching?
Yeah, yes. But at that point, I just had one staff with me. But I remember those days also. They were quite tough. But
Mashallah.
Alhamdulillah, now I don't sit on the machine. But yeah, we have a team of 4.
Wow. Guys, एक और last question है. Do you participate in any fun fairs or exhibitions, and how it has benefited you in your growth?
I participated in Burhani Women Fun Fair and Burhani Gardens.
Right.
That's
you
the
have
only-
been participating.
Yeah, yeah, since many years, yes.
A very long time.
Yeah.
What about you, Sakina?
Well, yes, I have been participating in many exhibitions in Dubai, Sharjah, outside UAE also. In fact, the recent ones in India,
Okay.
Mumbai, Pune, and in
Mombasa.
Surat. Yeah, in Surat, I do participate in She Expo, which I get that
Wow.
international crowd because Istifada Mahave, you know, people
100%,
come
yeah,
from all over the
true.
world. So yeah, that's helped me a lot. I've participated recently in Mashtal in Dar es Salaam. That was also very good.
Wow.
So I suppose that my business has taken me to another level because of participating into these exhibitions, you know.
Internationally.
Internationally, that's how people have come to know
Yeah.
about my brand. And
So do you have any advice for the budding new entrepreneurs?
yes, of course. I mean, see, participating in an exhibition is not that easy because you have to cover a lot of things, you know, and sometimes it is expensive also.
Right.
But if you want your product to be known by everybody, you know, if you have that quality in your product, then it is advisable to participate internationally.
And what about you, Khadija? Any advice for the fellow entrepreneurs?
See, my advice will be like, don't give it up. There will be many ups and downs, lot of tears, lot of joys, and lot of challenges. If you love your work, then just keep doing it. Some days will be very tough, some days will be a lot of happy dances. Just don't give up and go slow. Don't try to reach heights overnight. Go slow, let it take its time.
And I would say all journeys are different. Everybody has a different
Everybody
journey.
has a different.
I mean,
Everybody
you
has
cannot
different
compare
challenges.
yourself to others. So
Right.
yeah.
There must be some of your competitors or your other fellow business women who will be doing better than you or doing different than you, which you won't be able to
Do it.
not do it, cope up.
Correct.
Yeah, which you won't be able to cope up. So it's all right. Your journey is different, theirs is different. So just go at your own pace,
Yeah.
love your work, and
Be happy.
So as Khadija said, slow and steady wins the race, and Sakina very well said that every journey is different and we should not compare ourselves with others. Sakina and Khadija, thank you so much for taking out your precious time for the podcast today.
welcome.
You
Welcome.
both really inspired us, and the tales that you guys have are beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Come on, let's try these yummy brownies.
Oh, I'm drooling. So which one should I try? What do you recommend?
The Nutella one.
Oh, let me pick up. Seriously, I have no words. They melt in the mouth.
Thank you, Fatima. We also bake a lot of macarons, and we have newly launched our New York style chunky cookies, and even our milk cake.
Yeah, the famous
Yeah,
cakes.
our milk cake is very popular.
I would love to try it soon.
Inshallah, yes.
This is me, Fatima Ali Safri, signing off. Ma salama.